Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Anuta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're going to do this beautiful pattern for a phone pouch or a phone cover. And here it is. It looks like this. It opens up here like this and you can easily put your phone in and other stuffs as well. So it's gonna be complete phone pouch, and for this particular project I've used my 100% cotton yarn, and for this project I've used my 3 mm of the hook. Now the size of this phone pouch or phone bag is about 19.5 centimeters or 7.5 inches long, and it is approximately 12 centimeters or 4.5 inches wide. Here it is, and it looks like this from inside, and here it is. So let's begin. Okay, so for this one we're going to start with a slip knot. So just have a slip knot, and here we're going to chain up 26 to 6. So just chain up 26. It's 1 2 3 4 5 6 24 25 and 26. So here it is. We got over this 26 chains, and now we will turn our work. So just turn your work, and this is the back part of your chains. I'm going to work at the back part of my chains. So this is the back part of my first chain, and this is the back part of my second chain. So I will go to the second chain. I'm going to skip my first chain and I will go to the second chain. Insert your hook into the second chain like this and grab your yarn and have one single crochet here. Now go to this next chain, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have one single crochet here. And now keep on having one single crochet into each chain and until the end of this chains, and by the end of this chain you're going to have your 25 single crochets. So keep on having your one single crochet into each chain, and I'm going to meet you by the end of this chains with my 25 single crochets. Here it is. I've got my this 25 single crochets, and here I'll just take out my this hook, and this is my last stitch. This is my 25th stitch. I will go to this 24th stitch, my second last stitch, and here I'm gonna have one stitch marker. So have the stitch marker on your stitch number 24. This is your stitch number 25 and this is your stitch number 24. I have just put the stitch marker on the stitch number 24, and now into this last chain, this one, we're going to add up another 2 single crochets. So here we got over this 25 single crochets. It's going to be another 2, so it's 26 and 27. So total we have 27 single crochets. Add another 2 single crochets into this last chain. And now we will turn our work and we will work on the second side of our this chains here, on the second side of our chains. Now here we will have one single crochet into each chain. So here we're going to add up another 24 single crochets on the second side of our this chains. Now after adding up your this 2 extra single crochets here, we got our 25, 26 and 27 single crochets. We will go to this first stitch. This is our first chain. We will insert our hook into this first chain like this, and we'll grab the yarn and we will have our one single crochet, and this is your 28th single crochet. All the way around, this is your 28th single crochet and first single crochet on this side. So here, this is your first single crochet. You're gonna have another stitch marker and just add another stitch marker here. So on your 28th single crochet, have your another stitch marker. So this is your first stitch marker. This is on your 24th stitch. Then add another 3 stitches, 25, 26 and 27, and this is your another stitch marker on your 28th stitch. And now keep on having one single crochet into each chain on this other side as well. And here we're going to add another 24 single crochets. So this is your first single crochet. Add another 24 single crochets here, and in total you're going to have your 51 single crochets. So go to this next stitch, grab your yarn, next chain and have one single crochet. Go to this next chain, grab your yarn and have one single crochet. And at the end here, you're going to have your 51 single crochets. In total, you're going to have your 51 single crochets, 24 single crochets on this side, 24 single crochets on this side, and another 3 single crochets on this side. So it's going to be total 51 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you after that. So keep on having one single crochet into each stitch, each chain. So here it is. I got my this 51 stitches at the end of my this round number 1. Here I've got 24 single crochets. On the other side I got my this 24 single crochets. That's 48 single crochets in total, and another 3 single crochets here on this curve. So in total we got over this 51 single crochets. And now for your round number 2, chain 1, turn your work and go to this first stitch. So this is your chain 1. Go to this first stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next stitch, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet. And now keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch for first 24 stitches. So until here, until this stitch marker, until here, you're going to have your 1 single crochet into each stitch, and you're going to have your 24 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you here after my this 24 single crochets. 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is. I got my this 23 single crochets, and I'm going to take out my this stitch marker and we'll go to this next stitch and we'll have my 24th single crochet. And now put your the stitch marker back on. Here it is. This is your 24th single crochet. So have your the stitch marker here. And now for next 3 stitches here, we're going to have 2 single crochets into each stitch. So go to this next stitch, insert your hook, grab your yarn and have 1 and 2 single crochets here. Go to this next stitch. This is your next stitch, insert your hook and have another 2 single crochets here. So it's 1 and 2. Go to this third stitch, insert your hook and have another 2 single crochets here. It's 1 and 2, and here it is. You got your 6 single crochets here. 2 single crochets into each stitch on this curve, on this 3 single crochets from your previous round. Here it is. And now here from this stitch onwards, where you have your the stitch marker, you're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and here on this side you're going to have your 24 single crochets. So for that one, just take out your this stitch marker, go to this next stitch, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet, put your the stitch marker back on. This is the first stitch on this other side, and now keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch until the end of this round. And here until here you're gonna add another 24 single crochets in total all the way around. Here you're gonna have your 54 single crochets, and I'm gonna meet you after that. Here it is at the end of my round number 2. It looks like this. Now for your round number 3, again chain 1, turn your work and go to this first stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next stitch, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet, and now keep on having 1 single crochet on each stitch for first 24 stitches, and I'm gonna meet you at this stitch marker here after my 24 stitches. Here it is. I got my this 23 single crochets, and for my last single crochet, my 24th single crochet, I'm going to take out my this stitch marker and we'll have 1 single crochet here, and I will put my this stitch marker back on. And now we are here on this curve. So here for over this first stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 2 single crochets here. So that's 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and have 1 single crochet here, and into this second stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again into this next stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and have 2 single crochets here. So it's 1 and 2. And here in total on this curve you're going to have your 9 single crochets. And now from here onwards you're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch for this round number 3. And in total for this round number 3, you're going to have your 57 single crochets. Do not forget to have your stitch marker back on your this first stitch here after your this 9 stitches, and keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch, and I'm going to meet you at the end of this round number 3. Here it is. After my round number 3, it looks like this. And now chain 1 and turn your work, go to this first stitch, insert your hook and grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet, and now keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch for your first 24 stitches, and I'm gonna meet you after that. Remember, we are doing our round number 4 here. Here it is. I got my this 23 single crochets, and I'm gonna take out my the stitch marker, and I will have my last single crochet, my 24 single crochet here, and I will put my this stitch marker back on. This is my 24th single crochet for my round number 4. Now here on this curve, we're going to add another 3 single crochets. So here we got our 9 single crochets from our previous round. We're going to have another 12 single crochets here on this round number 4. So for that one, insert your hook into this first stitch, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and have 2 single crochets here. So it's 1 and 2. Go to this next stitch and insert your hook and have 1 single crochet. Here it is. Now into the next stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. And now into this next stitch, have 2 single crochets here. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 2 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1 and 1. And into this next stitch, you're going to have 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2. And into this last stitch, we're going to have 1 single crochet into this 1 stitch. And here it is. You have 12 stitches here on this curve. And now for next 24 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. For this round number 4, so just grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet here, put your stitch marker back on and keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch until the end of this round. And I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. At the end of my round number 4, it looks like this, and I got my 60 single crochets here for my round number 4. 24 single crochets on this side, 24 single crochets on this side, and another 12 single crochets on this side. So in total, we got our 60 single crochets. Now, again, for your round number 5, just chain 1, turn your work, and first 24 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and I'm going to meet you after my 24 stitches. So here it is for my round number 5. I've got my 24 single crochets here, my first 24 single crochets, and now we are here on this curve. So here again, we're going to add another 3 single crochets. So we got our 12 single crochets from our previous round, and we're going to have another 15 single crochets on this round number 5. So for that one, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch for first 2 stitches. Insert your hook into this first stitch, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next one and have 1 single crochet. And now into this third stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Now again, next 3 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 1 and 1. And now into this next stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 3 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 1 and 1. And now into this next stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. And into this last stitch, we're going to have 1 single crochets. So in total, we got our 15 single crochets here. And now next 24 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. And I'm going to meet you after that. And for this round number 5, you're going to have your 63 single crochets in total. And I'm going to meet you at the end of this round number 5. And here it is. At the end of my round number 5, it looks like this. And now for your round number 6, chain 1, turn your work. And again, for first 24 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch for your first 24 stitches. And I'm going to meet you after that. Here it is for my round number 6. I got this 24 single crochets on each stitch from our previous round. And now here we got our 15 stitches on this curve. So we're going to add another 3 stitch here. So we're going to have 18 stitches now for our round number 6. And for that, for the first 2 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1 and 1. Now into this third stitch, you're going to have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. It's 1 and 2. And now next 4 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 1, 1 and 1. And into this next stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 4 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. It's 1, 1, 1 and 1. And now into this next stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. It's 1 and 2. And now next 2 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1 and 1. Here you got this 18 single crochets. And now next 24 stitches, you're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. And here all the way around, for this round, round number 6, you're going to have your 66 single crochets. So I'm going to meet you at the end of this round. Here it is. At the end of this round, round number 6, I got this 66 single crochets. And now for your round number 7, chain 1, turn your work, and again here you're going to have 1 single crochet on each stitch for your first 24 stitches, and I'm going to meet you after that. Here it is. I got this 24 single crochets here for my round number 7, and we are here on this curve. And now here we're going to add another 3 single crochets. So here in total we're going to have another 21 single crochets. So for that, first 5 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now into this 6th stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 5 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now into this 6th stitch, have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 5 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now into this last stitch, have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. And here it is. You got your 21 single crochets here on this curve. Here on this curve. And now next 24 stitches, you're going to have your 1 single crochet into each stitch, and by the end of this round, round number 7, you're going to have your 69 single crochets. So in total you're going to have your 69 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end of this round, round number 7. Here it is. We got over this 69 stitches for our round number 7. Now for round number 8, again chain 1, turn your work, and here first 24 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and I'm going to meet you after my 24 stitches. Here it is. For my round number 8, I've got this first 24 stitches, and now we are here on this curve. So here we're going to add another 3 single crochets. So in total we're going to have another 24 single crochets here. So for that one, first 3 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 1, and 1. And now into this 4th stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 6 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So for that one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And into the 7th stitch, next stitch, have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 6 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And into this 7th stitch, next stitch, have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. It's 1 and 2. And now remaining 3 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And here it is. You got your 24 single crochets here. And now here, remaining 24 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and by the end of this round, round number 8, in total you're going to have your 72 stitches, and I'm going to meet you after that. Here it is. At the end of my round number 8, I got this 72 stitches, and now for your round number 9, chain 1, turn your work, and again for first 24 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and I'm going to meet you after my 24 stitches. And here it is. For my round number 9, I got this first 24 single crochets, and now here we're going to add another 3 single crochets. So we're going to have our 27 single crochets on this curve. So for that one, first 5 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now into the 6th stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 7 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And into this next stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 1. Again, next 7 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And now into this next stitch have 2 single crochets into this one stitch, so it's 1 and 2. And now remaining 2 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and here it is. You got your 27 single crochets on this curve. And now remaining 24 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and I'm going to meet you after my round number 9. And in total for your this round number 9, you're going to have your 75 single crochets. So keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch for this remaining 24 stitches. Do not forget to have your the stitch marker back on, and I'm going to meet you after my round number 9. And here it is. After my round number 9, it looks like this. And now for your round number 10. Now your round number 10 is going to be your last round. And for that one, just chain 1, turn your work, and for first 24 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch from your previous round for first 24 stitches, and I'm going to meet you after my 24 single crochets. Here on my round number 10, here I got my this first 24 stitches, and here we're going to add another 3 stitches. So here we're going to have our 30 single crochets on this curve. So for that one, first 8 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And into this 9th stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 8 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And into this 9th stitch have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 8 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And into this last stitch, 9th stitch, have 2 single crochets into this one stitch, 1 and 2. And here it is. You got your this 30 single crochets on this curve here. And now remaining 24 stitches, again we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. And here it is. By the end of this round number 10, you're going to have your 78 single crochets. In total, you're going to have your 78 single crochets. And here it is. I'm going to meet you at the end after my next 24 single crochets, 1 single crochet into each stitch. And here it is. I've got my this last 24 stitches, and here it is. It looks like this. And now we're going to cut our yarn here. So just cut your yarn and secure your this last stitch. You can take out the stitch markers, you don't need them anymore. And now have another part just like this. So just keep on having your this second part, keep on crocheting your the second part exactly like this, and I'm gonna meet you after that. And here it is. I've got my this 2 parts here, and now we're gonna join this 2 parts together. Now you can have any side because both the sides are the same, so you can have any sides. And here we're going to attach them like this. So here just count your first 24 stitches on this second side, so it's second part. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24. So this is my 24th stitch. So here just gonna attach my this 24th stitch together. Similarly, I will count the same on this second side here. So here we got our this 2 parts, and now we're gonna attach our this 2 parts together. We have put this stitch marker only because we don't want to have uneven stitches. So it's just that to have this perfect stitch count, we have put the stitch marker. Otherwise, there is no requirement of this. If you want to skip, you can skip the stitch markers. So just insert your hook into this first stitch of this both these parts, and I'm going to take both loops here like this, and I will attach my the second color. Now I'm going to use this white color here. So attach your the second color here and just have chain 1. Now I made this chain 1 to secure my this yarn, and I will again insert my hook into my this first stitch on both the sides, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll have one single crochet here. So this is my first single crochet, and now keep on having one single crochet into each stitch. Take both the sides, both the loops, and keep on having one single crochet into each stitch, and by the end you're going to have your 78 single crochets. So we will go all the way around from here until here. So keep on having one single crochet into each stitch, and I'm going to meet you after that. So here it is. I've got my 71 stitches, and here I'm going to put my this loose end in. So sorry about this, I forgot to ask you to put this ends in first, and I'm just going to do it now. So it's totally up to you. You can have it whenever you want to do it. I'm just going to put this ends in right now so that I will have exact number of stitches here, and there will be no confusion for me to find out my stitches. So just keep on having your this ends in and keep on having your stitches, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. After my 78 single crochets, it looks like this, and here I'm going to have a stitch marker on my this last stitch, only to remember that this is my last stitch. So here it is. I've got my this one stitch marker, and now we will work on this side, on this top side. So for that one, here I will yarn over and I will go to this space here and insert your hook here, grab your yarn and have one double crochet here. Go to this next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook and have one double crochet here, and now keep on having one double crochet on each row here. So here you're gonna have your 20 double crochets. So have your one double crochet into each row, and here you got your 20 rows, so you're gonna have your 20 double crochet. So this is 1, 2 and 3, yarn over, go to this next stitch and have another double crochet, and keep on having one double crochet into each row, and I'm going to meet you after my 20 double crochets. Here it is. I got my this 20 double crochets here, and now I will yarn over and we'll go to this first stitch here. Go to this first stitch, and on the second color, and just take this first stitch and insert your hook into this first stitch and have one double crochet here. So here you got your this 21 single crochets, one extra single crochet here, and now we will go to this next side. So here turn your work and we will go on this side here. So here again you're going to have your 20 double crochets. So for that one, yarn over and go to this first stitch and have your one double crochet here. Go to this next row, sorry, it's not the stitch, it's the rows we are working on, and keep on having one double crochet into each row, and by the end of this rows here you're going to have your another 20 double crochets, and I'm going to meet you after that. Here it is. I got my another 20 double crochets here on this side as well, and my last 21st double crochet will be here. So yarn over and just insert your hook. This is your last stitch. That's why we have put over this stitch marker here. So this is your last stitch. Just have your this yarn, your hook like this. Remember, we are not working on this stitch, we are working at the back of the stitch. So just have your yarn like this, your hook like this, and have your last double crochet, your 21st double crochet like this, and take out your this stitch marker. This is your first double crochet, so just insert your hook into this double crochet and grab your yarn and make a slip stitch here. Here it is. It looks like this. From both the sides, and now we will go back on this side. So for that one, here it is. We got over this slip stitch, chain one, turn your work. This is your side, and we will do our single crochets, but this time our single crochets will be backwards. So for that one, just go to this stitch here. Now this is your double crochet. This is not a stitch actually, this is a double crochet. So just insert your hook into this space here and grab your yarn at the back, and you're gonna have two loops here. Yarn over and pull your yarn through two loops. Now this is your stitch. So this is your last stitch, your 78th stitch when you were doing this single crochets. So this is your stitch. Go to this stitch and grab your yarn and have one single crochet backwards. Again, this is your next stitch. This is your next stitch. Insert your hook into this next stitch and grab your yarn and have one single crochet. Again, go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn and have one single crochet. And now keep on having one single crochet into each stitch, and all of your single crochets will be backwards, and you're going to form a pattern like this. So just keep on having your this backwards single crochet here, and we will go all the way around until here. So here I'm going to meet you here and we'll tell you what to do on this double crochet, because we have one extra double crochet here. This is our 21st double crochet on this side. So here I'm gonna meet you on this last single crochet, and we'll tell you what to do on this double crochet. And here this, I've made my all of this backward single crochets, and now we are here. So here we got our this extra double crochet. So here we will insert our hook into this double crochet, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make one extra backward single crochet. And here it is. We're going to stop here, and now we will work on this space. So you're going to find your this space in here, and I'm going to work on this space. So here have your hook like this and insert your hook into this space. Remember, I'm working backwards again, and I will grab the yarn and I will pull my yarn through all of my loops, because I'm going to have a slip stitch here. So have this slip stitch here, and that's how we're going to finish our work, and it will look like this. And now we're going to create our back strap. So for the back strap here, I'm going to have chain 3. So after you have the slip stitch, have chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, yarn over and go to this third chain from your hook. So skip your this first 2 chains and go to this third chain, insert your hook into this third chain, grab your yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only here. Yarn over again and insert your hook into this same chain and grab your yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only, and you're going to have a cluster of 3 double crochets. Now yarn over and spool your yarn through all 3 loops here, and now chain up 2. So it's 1 and 2, chain up 2, and we're going to skip over this 2 chains and we will go to this space here. So skip your this first chain 2 and yarn over and insert your hook into this space here. This is your previous cluster of double crochet, and here it is. Yarn over and insert your hook into this 3 strain of yarn and yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops here like this. Again, yarn over and go to this same space, insert your hook and grab your yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only. And again, you're going to have a cluster of 3 double crochets. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull your yarn through all 3 loops. Again, chain 2, 1 and 2, skip your this chain 2 and you will go to this space here into this cluster of 3 double crochets. So for that one, yarn over into this space and grab your yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops only. Yarn over one more time, go to that same space and grab your yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only. Again, you're going to have 3 loops on your hook. This is your a cluster of 3 double crochet, yarn over and spool your yarn through all 3 loops. And now we are going to repeat our pattern until our required length. So there is no particular stitch count here, but you can go as far as you want. You can repeat this pattern as many times as you want and just create a back strap here, and I'm going to meet you at the end. So I'm going to go furthermore and I will repeat this pattern and I will have my required length, and I will come up and will tell you how to joint your back strap. So again, chain up 2, 1 and 2, yarn over, go to this 3 strain of yarn here into this cluster of 3 double crochet, grab your yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over and go to the same space again and grab your yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops only. Now you're going to have 3 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through all 3 loops, and keep on repeating this pattern, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. This is my last stitch, and now I will chain 1 and I will straighten up this strap. So just straighten up this strap, make sure it's not twisted. Here I will go to this space here. You can have any space, there is no particular stitch count. I'm just going to insert my hook somewhere here like this, and I will grab the yarn and I will attach this back strap here. And now we can cut your yarn, secure this stitch, and now simply put this one in. So here I'm gonna have a needle, will take this yarn inside, and now I'm gonna hide my this end in, and I'm gonna meet you after that. So just go somewhere here, make a knot, and hide your this end. And here it is. Our phone pouch is ready. It's all done, and I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.